Good morning, men. This is your Man Tip Monday. Have you ever watched a news feed, maybe in your social media, read something online, or maybe you, like I, have news apps that occasionally we'll go to and see some news, not too much because we don't want to get too discouraged. But when we look out into the world, especially when we look into governments, man, it gets kind of crazy. I was just watching the other day on YouTube to where our president has recently formed this board of peace with the United Nations, and my head sometimes spins trying to think through all this kind of stuff. I'm not a conspiracy nut, I'm not paranoid, but when I look at the world around me, I have to shake my head and say, man, it just seems like things are so backwards. We look at a government who in times past has permitted homosexual marriages. We see a government who is affirming children and giving them the surgical and medical care that they desire to transition from one gender to the next. We see where abortion has just been a free-for-all, and all these things, and of course for the Christian man, and that's you and me, it grieves our heart to see our nation in such a depletion of goodness. But we're reminded in the scripture, in particular Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 7, it says, "For what nation is there so great who hath God so nigh unto them as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for?" Context is Moses is getting ready to leave, and Deuteronomy is the second time he's told the law, and he's reminding the nation of Israel that if you're going to be a nation that is worth anything, you've got to have God near, and you've got to be able to call on him for things that really change culture. God has created you as a man to be an ingredient to help change culture, but the reality is you've got to be a man of God. You've got to seek the Lord. Politics are not going to change our culture. Laws are not going to change our culture. Only Christ through you is going to help change your community, just as well as your family, but your community, your city, your county, and your country. So let's do this thing together and pray to God that God would send revival to the United States of America. You guys have a great Monday. Keep this on your heart for the rest of the week, and let's pound the gates of heaven for God to send revival.